Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And say, there's one thing I always forget when I'm watching videos on YouTube. Don't forget now, if you like the video, put a like on it. You know, do the share thing. Say, hey, this is a cool video. I know someone that needs to know about this. Do a share with somebody else. You know, that kind of stuff. And of course, subscribe and all that. You already have done that. So anyway, what about these new tone poets? How good are they? How do they stack up against something like this OG that I bought back in the day? I bought it brand new, 1975, I think I bought this record. So, and I've had it, bought it brand new, had it all the years. Still pretty good condition, because of course I kept the shrink on it. And the shrink just kind of fell apart here in the last week or two, and I took it off. But it still had the price tag and everything on there. And I think it was like $15 I paid for this record back in 75, which is quite a bit of money. Yeah, in 75 it was a lot of cash, for sure. I wasn't making $15 an hour in 75, that's for sure. So anyway, now the new tone poets, right, that I can get, I think, of course, I bought these at 2 for 1, and I got a deal, and I was buying a bunch of stuff, and I think I pre-ordered it. I think I ended up paying like $18 for the record, right? And they retail for $35, but a lot of places you can get them for like $20. I think even on Target they're like $23 or something, and a lot of places are $25. You don't have to spend the $35, but yeah. So look at the comparison. I paid $15 for that one in 75, and I, because the way I did it, I paid $18 for this one. But even if you got to spend $35 or whatever, very good value. And that's what we're here to talk about today. What kind of value is a record like this? How good is it? Well, for you folks that are new to jazz and new to collecting records, this is a state-of-the-art record. This is the same kind of quality of record that you're going to get if you go to Analogue Productions. They're doing exactly the same thing. The people that make these records, Blue Note now, they are basically doing the same things, and they know about Chad Kasem. They know about these folks. They know how to make good records because they have worked with them in the past. Okay, so they went to Stroughton in the City of Industry, and they got them to make a beautiful laminated gatefold cover. Okay, you notice this record here, this OG, there's no gatefold cover on this. Excuse me. No gatefold cover on this thing. Look at how nice and white and bright. This one's old. It's going to be a little kind of yellowy. Even with the shrink and everything on all those years, it's not bright and white and vibrant. And it doesn't have the same quality cover. It's not a gatefold like this is. Look at the label. And again, I'll take it out of here for you. Look at all the years on that label. Look what happens to it. It gets kind of yellowy looking. It does. So, and of course the new one's like brand new, right? It looks brand new. So, how does it sound? What's the deal with that now? How does it stack up, Ron? We know outside is obvious. I can see how much nicer it is. That part's obvious. So how does this little joker sound? Well, you know what? It didn't take me long. It wasn't one of those comparisons where I put it on, I took it off, I put it on, I took it off. I put this one on yesterday, and I was hearing a little bit of popcorn on there. Yeah, so I took it off. I set my record cleaning stuff back up, run it through the process really good, put it back on. Okay, all the noise was gone. And it sounds really good. This is a good sounding record, as they all are. Okay, so I got an idea what that sounded like. Then I put this on there. and I'm listening. Right from when you drop the needle on there. Whoa, listen to that bass. Listen to the texture. Listen to the inner detail. Whoa, listen to them horns. What did that stick? I didn't hear that stick before on the cymbals. I didn't hear that horn, and the separation is better. I'm hearing better separation. And then I'm listening a little more, and I'm saying, you know what? It's a lot smoother. This other one, in comparison, it kind of seems a little bit bright. This has got kind of more of a tube kind of sound where it kind of is kind of mellower as far as the presentation is concerned. If y'all know what I'm kind of getting at. It doesn't have that brightness to get you detail. It's got a smoothness with more detail, with more separation, and just a lot more. That all of a sudden, where's that piano come from? I never heard the piano before. Listen to, oh yeah. So, wow, isn't that great news, folks? These are so much better. These are good records. Now, I'm not saying every single one of these records now, if you get like that, is going to be the same experience. But the point is, these are very good records. They sound fantastic. Because what's it all about, folks? Right? It's all about, what are you comparing that record to? Right? When you get your new digital record out and you've never owned the record before and you put it on your turntable, you play it, you go, man, this sounds really nice. And you know what? It does. But if you have, like a guy like me, I've got that OG sitting on my shelf. I pull that out, I put that down on there, and I start listening. I go, man, I'm getting ripped off. Because these folks could have made a record like this that sounds really good, but they chose to make a record that sounded okay. They didn't choose to make a record that's going to knock your socks off. No, they didn't. This one here, yeah, they doing that. It's Kevin Gray, people. Kevin Gray, when he went to Coherent, he had some folks that were audiophiles that helped him build that studio. Got all the proper interconnects, got all the proper equipment. It's kind of what Chad done, you know. Got the Doug Sachs mastering lab when Doug Sachs passed away. All Doug Sachs stuff was always all tube equipment. So Chad bought all that. He's got it now over at Acoustic Sounds. And just a little interesting story for folks that don't know. You know what? I'll go get my phone and I'll have to edit this part out. I will edit this part out. I'll go get my phone. I want to read you something. But very interesting. And it's about a upcoming, maybe, event that we might have on the channel, folks. We're going to try, though. I'll be right back. So, I took the occasion to go over to the website and I left a message, a little feedback for Chad, right? I said, thank you very much, Chad, for making this video. A lot of folks are always asking me, what's Analogue Productions up to, Ron? What are they making? Why aren't they making any records? They're not really doing a lot. They've got so much stuff over there from classic records. They could be making so many records. What are they doing? Because I added that. I didn't really ask on that. I said, they're asking me, what's Analogue Productions up to? What are they making? Because you are responsible for making the best records in the world. Thank you very much, sir. Love everything you do. P.S. I've got a YouTube channel, and I talk about some of your records. If you got time, you might be interested to go over there and have a little look at a humble little, dude at his house talking about your stuff, right? So they answered me back, folks. It says Acoustic Sounds. I'm not sure if it's Chad or if it's one of his people that's responsible for, internet or whatever. But Chad's doing his own videos, so I gotta hope it is Chad. Because Chad's a record collector like you and I. This is what he is. That's why he makes such good records. Hi, Ron. I've watched and enjoyed your channel. Thanks for letting the people know about what we do. Wow, that's so nice, isn't it? I'm so excited about that. That's what's on the video. So, I had to answer back, of course. I had to take the opportunity. As long as they're listening, hey. Thank you very much first of all, for answering my comment, right? I'm excited about that. And for watching my video. Whoa, it's very heartwarming to know that you folks are interested in the consumer's opinion, right? That's what we are. We're consumers. And they're listening to us. They're smart. They're smart folks, right? He said, and I said, you're interested in the consumer's opinion of your products. It has been my experience, everyone without exception believes Analogue Productions makes the best sounding records in the world. Some other labels are hit or miss, but we can trust the people at Acoustic Sounds to always be very meticulous in their record productions. I found it interesting that in my first video, if you go back and watch it now, I described Analogue Productions as being very meticulous in the way that they make their records. And then a few years later, when they started putting the hype stickers on there, on their records, I read on your hype sticker that you were meticulous. Coincidence? I don't think so. LOL. Cheers, Ron. But that's kind of cool. So I left him another message. I did left Chad that on there on his video. And they answered me back. Wow, that's all really cool. So I'll put that in the video, make it a little bit longer. I've got a couple other of these comparison videos that I want to make. And I'm going to get on that, and we'll get it done real quick. But yeah, the Tone Poets, for the value of that you're getting, I'm really, really happy with the sound of these records. I was anyway. And then, you know, I got one that I can compare to, because I don't have all these old records like that. I have this one. I've got a few other things that I can talk about. But okay, thanks for watching, and bye for now.